Hi, this is Aussie Stitcher Belinda coming to you on this 4th of December for a Wip Parade. I was supposed to come back a month ago and do a normal video, and because October I actually stitched like 5,000 stitches and then got COVID. We have in Western Australia we have this weekend where we raise money for the Children's Hospital and research, and we got COVID leaving up to that weekend. So we were, pretty much all of us got it that week, bar Michaela, she got it the following week. And then school, harvest, and then we got into, like, more into November. What else happened? End of year stuff started to happen. Just busy, and I haven't stitched at all in November, which is roughly been my year. We've moved in February onto our farm, and then busy, and haven't stitched, and still have no kitchen, just in case anyone is asking. It has been manic, and I have decided I'm going to do a Wip Parade. Very last minute. Got the Christmas tree up. These white pieces of paper is Michaela's countdown to Christmas. So very last minute I've decided I'm going to do a Wip Parade and hopefully get back into it. Now, I started off the year with 60 something whips. I finished 2 things which I didn't bring. I finished Summer Queen and by Mirabilia, and I finished Strawberry Fields by Blackbird's design. Didn't think to bring them. I might show them in my next video. So normally I break up all my stuff into different things. I didn't today. Also, I'm down to like 50 something whips because I UFO'd like 10 a couple of months ago. So there's that. Actually not 100% sure that I've got all my whips either, but I actually don't think I've done a Wip Parade yet without forgetting something. But between the packing and moving, I honestly don't know if this is it, but this is all the whips that I had in one spot. So we'll go with that. What else? It's a Sunday, kids are around. I've got one through there watching Death in Paradise. I've got one in there watching, another room watching Alice in Wonderland, the one with Johnny Depp. So doors might open. You know how it goes. Oh, I am 50 or so subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Never thought I would get this far. So I am going to do a giveaway. I don't normally do giveaways. I kind of stopped doing them. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway at 2,000 subscribers, give or take, when I'm over. And one of them will have involved, this is not the bag, but a StitchNButton bag. This is the one that Sarah and the Shipwreck live in. And when I'm finally finished it, you know, when I finally stitch and get my ass into gear and finish it, another mermaid will go in here. So, and maybe some charts that I think you guys would like, but I probably won't stitch, that have been given to me or I've brought because I like them but realised I'm not going to live forever and I can't stitch everything. Last thing, and then we get into the Wip Parade. I have started that Buy Me a Coffee. It'll be linked below. I don't expect anyone at all to buy me a coffee so I can buy DMC thread or whatever. I totally understand in today's climate that money is tight. There's only a couple of people I've ever bought one for, and lots of people who I'd like to buy for do them. So it's just there. Do not feel at all obliged to do it. I don't want anyone to feel pressured that they need to do anything. It's just there. Ignore it if you don't want to do anything. All right. Itchy nose is a real thing. Flosstuber itchy nose. Oh. Trying hard not to touch my face, but it was like building up. Right. We're going to be surprised as you're going to be surprised with what comes up. But the first one I will show you, and you're not going to see it all because I'm not unrolling it, is Siren in the Shipwreck. This one, back up a bit. I haven't touched every whip. I probably have only stitched on 20 out of my 50 something whips. So a lot of this is, there'll be no progress. And I feel really bad. I feel like you'll be watching it. But what I find is a lot of people only watch my whip parades, which is completely fair. I don't mind. So they might not mind just seeing what I'm stitching on, and they might want to come back later, or they might just be happy with watching the whip parade. There's a lot of people I watch whip parades because I like seeing all the whips. So I'm sorry if this was a bit boring, and hopefully I can remember everything that I've worked on. I have it written down so I can go back, but I will put a before picture in. Most of them I have a limit of, like, I work on at least 1,000 stitches before I, move on. Some of them I honestly haven't. I got like 950 or 900 and I reached a really good stopping point, or it required me to move my frame to stitch anymore, and I've gone, I'm done. So back to this one. Siren in the Shipwreck, it was aimed for a finish this year. If I really pulled my finger out, I could probably still do it, but I'm looking at more of a January finish, which is still a Mirabilia every year. And it's, I got my board. It's amazing what happens when you clean out something. So this is where she is. And I've done maybe 6,000+ stitches on it this year. All I've got to do is finish off the chandelier and then bead. But what I'm going to do, because I'm in such a good stopping point with the frame, I am going to bead stitch to about here, and then I'm going to bead down and then roll down and then finish the chandelier and continue beading. So this is on 28 count fabric from Colour Cascades, and it was one of their mist dyes, and I just love it. Love her. Love stitching on her. Haven't stitched on her, like I didn't stitch at all in March. There's been a couple of months where I haven't stitched. I feel like I've stitched, but I've tried very hard to do at least 1,000 to 1,500 stitches on this when I have stitched. Really love it, really happy with that. This one I know I haven't stitched on. Sorry, coffee. Depending on how long this goes for, there's a good chance I'll stop this and make another coffee because I'm tired. We lease a block that's like a 10-15 minute drive, 15-minute drive from here. But when you have to move machinery from here to there, it becomes like an hour one way, and I was doing that today, so I'm a little bit tired. I don't know where half of my needle minders come from, and a lot of the ones I do have, they've shut down. So, yeah, sorry. But Cinderella Rags to Riches by Joan Elliott. I'm doing this version. She is in a StitchNButton bag. And as I said, I haven't stitched on her this year. It is stitched on a hand dyed by Stephanie Vanilla Latte, 32 count, and it's a fat heart. And that's all that I've done. I don't know how the lighting's going to go. Might need to go. I might pause this and turn the other light on because I feel we might need it. Hold please. And we are back. One of the random cups that I picked up unintentionally, Better Electricals, that I think I picked up in a second-hand shop at some point. Alright, next one. My Nemesis. Just want this done. Needles, apparently. Winter's Lace by Gold Dimensions. This is older than my oldest daughter, so Sophie is getting close to being 16, so this is now coming up to 17 years old. I have worked on this, so I'll do a before pic. My goal every year is to finish it. And be my goal next year to finish it. That's a bit better, less shadows. So I've basically been working in here. So I've got another wolf coming in, I think in here. I do love it, and I'm going to give this to William. It's just not necessarily a whip I love anymore. I do love it. I don't know. And it's in a StitchNButton bag, and it's got my name on it. What's in here? This is a Melody bag. A friend in Australia made it for me. Have I actually started this one? This might have been the one I was going to start a couple of years ago and never did. Nope, no start. So we won't count that one. But I might start it. Oh. I might make 2 piles. You're going to join me on a ride. Piles that I would like to work serious progress on. So let's move this one over here. And stuff that I like to, you know, this is the stuff I like to see finished. You look good. Right. This is Spring. Shut the door. Queen by Mirabilia. This is on 32 count from Picture This Plus. Heroic, maybe? I can't remember. Have not worked on this. I tend not to work on my summer queen, like the seasonal queens, because I'm now working on one until it's finished. I'm finished Summer Queen, so now I'm working on Autumn Queen. But I do like this one. But no progress. I think I also need to have a pile for the ones that I'm pretty sure have done progress, so I know which ones to put in the before pitch. This is Emily C. I can't think of her other. I think she's no longer making bags anyway. So this is an Emily C bag. This is the one I was supposed to work on last month for Vicky StitchNButton's birthday. The Dragon and the Fairy by Joan Elliott. Have not worked on this year. It's in a StitchNButton bag. All her bags are clear front. And the fabric is Picture This Plus, and I can't pronounce that, 28 count. I'm not gonna worry about getting a thing for that. And that's where I'm up to. Do love this. Now, this one I would like, I'm not gonna get it finished, but I'm gonna put it over here as one that I would like to see something happen by the end of the year. Not the end of the year, end of next year, at least 1,000 stitches. This is a Mirabilia. This is the Pinoni Garden. Now I love her because these are just some of the silks that are in it, and I love working with silks. So, but I haven't done any. So this is another one that's going to go to the side. Oh God, yeah. We are going to give her some love. This is on Colour Cascades. Barbie Girl, I think, 32 count. Right, that is going in the pile. That means we're going to get at least 1,000 stitches. That is unacceptable. This is one of the reasons I went through and did a whip down. I actually have no issues having even 100 whips, but what I found was I wasn't working on whips, and I wanted to only have whips that I want to work on and finish. And this is one of them, so that's going there. Vic, StitchNButton, keep note. These are the ones that maybe you can pull for my whip manager next year. What's in here? This one nearly got UFO'd. Portrait of Veronica. Not that I don't love her, it's just one that I never seem to want to stitch on. But when I do stitch on her, I really do like it. Haven't stitched on her this year. This is 32 count. Picture This Plus silver something. I do love it. But one that I'm okay with if I don't stitch on next year. I want to see what that pile looks like. I think that Cinderella needs to go there too because it has such a small star on it. This bag, I should state, is from a designer that's still designing. It's Nan Stitching Necessities. Hi.
She knocked the internet. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But can you fix it, maybe?
Put the plug back in.
It is in.
I will be back again. Here's my daughter. We're sitting, we have a satellite internet and a box. And because the way our house is set up, we don't have a lot of, it's an old house, PowerPoints, and this one needs to be connected to a PowerPoint. And she managed to nudge it ever so slightly. the power cord and it unconnected, so now they gotta wait until the internet connects so they can then keep going on it. Where was I? Okay, next whip bag. This one I got from Sassy Pouch. They're still doing their mystery every 2 months, mystery subscription. It's amazing what you get in those pouches. I can't remember how much they cost. I'm guessing it's around $60 to $80. We're gonna be in that range, including postage. And you get amazing things in it. You get threads, project bags. What else have I got? A stitching notebook. They have themes and it is amazing. If you're in Australia, and I think they do New Zealand, it's well worth it. Go and check it out. In here is the Forest Goddess. Haven't stitched on this year, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know what fabric this is. It is Picture This Plus Highland, 28 count. And I almost feel like this should be in the pile that gets stitched on at least 1,000 stitches next year. That's all I've done. And does it even go that way? It might even go this way. Right, if I can't tell which way it goes into the pile to be stitched at least 1,000 stitches next year. This one almost came a focus for a finish. Next year, the Stargazer. Mirabilia. This is a StitchNButton design. The sparkly bees. This is on a 28. The internet got, oh, it's Michaela. Thought it was weird. 28 count Sorcerer, I think, from Colour Cascades. Love this, love the fabric, love this. It doesn't need 1,000 stitches, like, because it's got a bigger start, but I would like, I feel like I need another pile. But I would like to get it to the point where it can be a finish soon. This is another Emily C bag, another Mirabilia. This is Moonflowers by Mirabilia. Ooh, it needs to go in the bag. This fabric is what? This is by, and I can't pronounce this, it's Hythsitha Lugana 28 count, but it's by that company. I will try and remember to add some details down. These people are still dyeing fabric. You can easily get them. And this has got a small start as well. For those who don't know, I did a lot of starts in 2020, and then I haven't had a new start in coming up to 2 years. Next year I'm hoping to have a couple. So a lot of these were started in 2020 and I haven't got back to start. So this one is definitely going to go for at least 1,000 stitches next year. And if I get more than 12, I might be screwed. Alright, this is our StitchNButton bag. And this is the Bliss Fairy by Mirabilia. Do I have a thing in here telling me what this is? No, I don't know what this is on. This is another sad start. I can't tell you what the fabric is, because I don't know. It is 28 count, I think. That's all I've done. I'm going to put this to the side as, I don't feel the need to put 1,000 stitches in this, but if I don't have 12, then it will bring it back out. Better make another pile then, shouldn't I? How many piles will I have by the end of this video? I want to work on stargazer just a little bit more because I want to aim for a finish. This one I actually did stitch on a little bit last year. This is in a melody bag that she made me. And I'm going to show you the inside to this because what she did was amazing. She cross-stitched. And I just love it. This is a very, very special bag. And in it is a chart that she gave me, which is the Fairy Flora. And it is number 7, so it's one of her early ones. Can't tell you what fabric this is, but I've done, at least 1,000 stitches, but I think maybe a bit more. I worked on her, I think, twice. Let me just see which way this goes, because the dress, it was upside down. The dress. There we go. Oh my goodness, can we get this any worse? Right. Belinda is very new at doing Flosstube, in case you hadn't noticed. There we go. This is all part of her dress. I would like to keep working on this as well, but there are other whips that will be a bit more of a priority than this one. So that will go into the other one if I've got extra time. I start stitching a bit more than I did this year because I really didn't stitch a lot. This one is a StitchNButton bag. And this one has one that I would like to have as a focus on a finish coming up soon. Tree of Hope. So it won't be finished next year. And I didn't work on it this year. But it definitely needs 1,000 stitches on it. It's not quite. If I'm going to have this as a focus for a finish, we definitely need, I'm just going to see which way this goes up. It's one of those tree, no, it goes this way. I had it right. I need to get a lot more on here. So that's what it is. This is 28 count something. And this is another one that has quite a few silks in it. Do I have the... I've got the bee pack in here. So this one is going into the pile of that it definitely needs to be worked on next year on a regular basis to get it to the point where next year or the year after that one needs to go over there because I worked on it. This is another Jan Stitching Necessary bag. So pretty. And this one has My Sleeping Beauty in it, and I don't think I worked on this year, by Joan Elliott. I was working on it a lot last year to get half of it finished. This fabric is also a colour cascades. I don't know which one it is. Maybe like a baby pink. And I remember stitching quite a lot of this the previous year, and I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. This was a gift. The chart and the threads were a gift from Stitching May. Some of these whips I started with friends, and I can't remember every name that started with me, so I'm just not going there. But this one was a gift. And this one I would like to work on a bit and try and get. I haven't done a finish of a Joan Elliott since I've only finished one, and that was coming up 3 years ago. This one might need to be a focus for a finish. Okay, this is a StitchNButton bag. And this also has one of her little bags that she can also do, which is great for holding all your like specialty threads or anything like that in a separate area. This one I have worked on. I've worked on it recently. It is Shakespeare's Fairies by Mirabilia. And I think this is a picture of this plus fabric. And basically I worked my way from here all the way over to make sure I had enough room. Lisa Stitching and Such finished this one a couple of years ago, and it's stunning. So it needs to go there because it's got progress. This is a perfect world. This is one that I am working on every month, hopefully, until I finish it. So I've done quite a bit in the last couple of months. And it's stuck again. I'm gonna have to fix that. So Perfect World. A Perfect World by Scarlett House. In a perfect world, you would find me here with the birds and the flowers and the dogs and the deer. And this is stitched on a 36 count something. Sorry. And I have done quite a lot. I'm pretty sure all I had was a little bit in here. So I finished off down here. And then I've moved on and done that and done the roof of the house. So 2,000 to 3,000 stitches. Oh, I've actually finished this. So my goal is to finish this next year. In a StitchNButton bag. So that one is a goal to be finished next year. Oh, let's reach over and grab some more of these ones. Did I stitch on this? Yes, I did. Black Swan. That's the name of it. The person that did these was a Western Australian lady, and she has shut down. I can't remember the fabric. And I don't think I've got it. Oh, yes, I do. Hand dyed by Stephanie Strobelin Tactical Camo. And I have worked on this. I did more in that dress. Lots of green stitching. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that I didn't get to my 1,000 stitches, but I'm really happy with what I got done. And this is an Emily C bag. So that goes there. This is Autumn Queen in an Emily C bag. So this is my new focus for a finish with the seasonals. Actually, this needs to go over here because that needs a before pick. And this one I have worked on it. I've worked on it since I finished Summer Queen. So I've done at least 2, maybe 3,000 stitches on her working in that dress. This is a 32 count, sorry, Picture This Plus Highland, maybe this is Heroic or Ancient from Picture This Plus. Just working down into that dress. This one might have been an option for a finish next year, but the reality is I haven't really stitched this much this year, so possibly not. But that's okay. What is this one? This is another Jan Stitching Necessities bag. This is Mermaid of the Pearl. I don't seem to have a cover for it. No. Mermaid of the Pearl. I'm sure somewhere I can put a picture in. This is Sweet Child of Mine by Colour Cascades. Feel like it goes this way. Oh, there we go. Love this one. Maybe this will become my focus for a mermaid finish, but not just yet. And I haven't done anything to that one. Right, Royal Holiday in an Emily C bag by Mirabilia. And I've recently just worked on this. So there's 1,000 stitches roughly extra. This is done on a Picture This Plus Jade, I think, 32 count. So happy with what I got done with that one. Oh, what else have we got? Another Jan Stitching Necessities. Sleeping Beauty, Mirabilia. Have not worked on this one, but I have worked on it. This is 32 count, I think. Picture This Plus something. Ariel. Yeah, I know, sometimes I pick up my board, sometimes I don't. One of these days, when I get the other Sleeping Beauty done, this will become a focus for a finish. Love it. I know it all seems a bit blendy in at the minute, but it will be fine once all the other colours are rounded. It's on a big piece of fabric too. I don't know who made this, but I won this in a charity auction. I mean, I paid for it, but you know, I was the highest bidder. And this has Garden Prelude words by Mirabilia. This is a colour Cascades fabric, autumn fall or something like that. Which way does this go? Quickie look. Alright, just go that way. I'm in like the dress area, so it's a bit hard. I'm pretty sure this was called to stitch on this year and I just never did, by my Wip manager. No, this is actually Angel's Morning fabric. It's got enough progress, but if, you know, if I don't get to those 12 spots or more, we might, 15, we might add that into it. This is a bag that I got from Stitch and Needles in Australia. It's a very pretty bag. This has, I can't remember if I stitched on this year, the March Fairy by Mirabilia. That's the one I'm doing for Iona, and this is stitched on Colour Cascades fabric, and I can't remember for the life of me the name. It might be a mystery one. In case anyone's wondering, purple is Iona's favourite colour, and there's no purple in the design, so pretty sure I didn't stitch on this year, but would like to get a little extra stitches on it because that will need to be a focus on and finish soon. This is a StitchNButton bag, another Mirabilia, one that I haven't worked on in years, and this is, the fabric is Fairy Wear Boots. This is Rapunzel, so I think this needs to have at least 1,000 stitches on it because I haven't worked on it in years. Definitely. I started this for Iona because she loved Rapunzel, and even though she's a lot older, she still likes the design. So we're going to finish it for her. That pile. What have we got here? An Emily C bag. And this is the one that I would like to focus on and finish this next year. December Fairy by Mirabilia. For Sophie. This is stitched on, it's the UK one. Not pole stitches. The other one. Oh my goodness. And it's called Elsa. Fabric's called Elsa. I have no idea. That's all I've got done, so we got to really push out the fingers. I don't actually think it goes this way. So this one needs to be a focus. This will be a focus for a finish. I can't think of what, hopefully in the comments below I'll have the name. Hopefully they're still producing as well. Alright, hopefully I don't sound as tired as I feel. Another Emily C bag, and this one I'm pretty sure has Winter Queen. By Mirabilia. And this is stitched on 32 count Picture This Plus something. And that is how far I got. This won't become a focus for a finish until Autumn Queen is done. So for those of you who weren't around, I started each of the seasonal queens in the Australian season. So summer got started on the 1st of December because our seasons start at the 1st of the month. Autumn was the 1st of March, etc, etc. And I was stitching them 1,000 stitches a month in that, and then wasn't getting anywhere fast, so I decided to focus. And I finished Summer Queen, and now I'm focusing on Autumn. Another Mirabilia. Villa Mirabilia. This is an Emily C bag. And this is one big fabric murmur from Colorscapes Picture This Plus. Sorry, 32 count. Have not touched it, but this has the tiniest start, so this needs to go in getting 1,000 stitches. You cannot, no, we're gonna do something about that. That is so bad. So bad. So that goes in that pile that needs to get at least 1,000 stitches. Otherwise that's never going to get finished. Oh, I'm getting sore. Sorry, I just knocked you and there we go. Emily C bag. Circle of Friends. Have I worked on this year? There's a lot of ones that were called, and I don't necessarily remember. And I don't know the fabric to this one either, sorry. But that is where we are at too. I think I've given away that board. It's too many. It's got quite a good start, so that can go in the, doesn't need to have any on it next year. This person no longer does bags, but this was by Terry Crafts when she was making bags. And this is 3 for Tea. And did I work on this one? Oh well, you're going to find out with the before pic or after pic. I think I worked on one of these. And I don't know the fabric to this either. This has a reasonable, so you know. Yes, it needs more work on it, but I can work on the other stuff first. We're getting down, people. We're getting down, down, down. This is another Colour Cascades Fairy Wear Boots fabric, and this is the reader. And look, where's the... reader by Joan Elliott in our StitchNButton bag. I worked in 2021 quite hard to get a page finished, which I did get done, and now need to keep stitching on this. But do I make this a priority? I think I've got another one in here that I would like to make a more of a priority. This was a gift. I don't know who made it, but it was a gift from some stitching friends that had a retreat in Perth, and I didn't go. This is a Joan Elliott, the Tiny Dancer, and I'm thinking this has a really tiny start. And Belinda needs to work on another 1,000 stitches. Yes, she does. This is another pink fabric. I think it's colour cascades, but I don't know. Yeah, definitely needs 1,000 stitches. I do know, I remember, I'm pretty sure I started this with Vicky reading and stitches, and highly possible because I started a few with her. This is why I don't mention names. Felicity. And I can't remember her joint Flosstuber with Chloe. Did Flossies? Anyway, I'll be linking below. So that goes in the, we'll definitely need 1,000 stitches. This one did work on this year. It is Midsummer Night's Fairy by Mirabilia. This fabric was brought to me by Stitching May. And I can't think of what the name is, but it is Under the Seas fabric. 28 count. And I know I worked over this way and got this done, and I think I worked a little bit over here. Really happy. But probably, unless Vic calls it again, my StitchNButton probably won't get worked on again. Alright. This is Dragon Fairy. Another one, I started this one with Stitching May and possibly Felicity. This one could have been actually the one I started with Felicity over the other one. Butterfly Fairy by Joan Elliott, in a gorgeous StitchNButton bag. I've done quite a lot on this, more than I realised. Can't tell you the fabric either. Sorry, I might have if any of the fabrics you see and you're like, oh, could you just let me know where you got it from? I might be able to find the information. I've actually done quite a lot on that. Love this fabric. It's a 32 count. There you go, that's a lot more on it than I realised. Need to keep stitching on her for a finish, but not a priority. Okay, we have the Christmas Blue Angel by Joan Elliott in a StitchNButton bag. This fabric is an Angel Wings Mermaid's Tail or Mermaid's Tail Angel Wings. They're not a well-known brand and they still are making fabrics. I'm pretty sure they're American. And this is how much I've done. Love those colours with that fabric. We're getting down. I actually don't think I've got my full coverage ones here. So, oops. I don't know where they are. So this might be a Wip Parade without the full coverage. Okay, what's in this one? This is another Terry Crafts bag when she was making them. And we have Emerald Mermaid by Mirabilia. And I have a funny feeling this is one of those ones that, even though it's got a bit on it, we need more. And I'm pretty sure this was called this year and I just didn't stitch on it. Actually, I'm thinking I might be missing a few more and I might have to stop again and go looking. So that can go on that pile. This is another Emily C bag. Definitely missing a few. Definitely might have to pause and go. Oh, this actually could be the one I started with Felicity. I'm so sorry, Felicity. I cannot remember. Dancing Butterfly by Joan Elliott. And I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yes. This needs more on it as well. I can't remember the fabric. Definitely need more. Definitely probably showed you upside down. Do we happen to have... Oh, we do. This is a April Showers by Fabrics by Stephanie. I'm missing like my long dog samplers and I don't think they're here. So we definitely might have to go looking for them. Right. This one is Fairy Moon by Mirabilia. And this is by, the fabric is by that same company from the UK that's not Pole Stitches and I can't remember. And it's a beautiful two-tone. So you get like a sunset. And that is all I've done. But I love stitching on her. Also needs to be sewn on one side because it was extra big and I cut a bit off. Love this fabric. Stitch and Button bag. My other Melody bag, because they were matching. Excuse me. And this has the Day Nymph. The other one that I hadn't started was the night one. And these are all Valdoni threads. And I can't remember the fabric, but that definitely needs more of a start. I cut the fabric in half. Actually, my mum cut the fabric in half and sewed the sides. So this needs to go on at least 1,000 stitches next year. Can we repeat after me? Do not start a whole bunch of projects in 1 year and not get back to them. This is my Doctor Who bag by Little Nell Yellow Crafts. I don't think she's making bags either. But this has what I like to call my Doctor Who chart, even though I haven't done it in the Doctor Who colours. This was released just before they were announcing, I'm pretty sure it was. Does it say when it was released? The female Doctor. I don't think it actually says when it was. Anyway, fabric. This is a Colour Cascades fabric. And this is how much I've got done. Love this. This needs to be a focus on a finish. But we all know that Belinda doesn't stitch very fast, so having heaps of multiple focus on a finishes isn't going to bode well. Right. This is the whip that I UFO'd. So we're not going to show that. I obviously need it to take... I think I've kept it together because this one's I'm going to restart. I just needed a different fabric. This is my Poor Chatelaine that I started many, many moons ago for my birthday. And then, because it's one of those things that I really need because I've got to spread out everything. This is a colour Cascades fabric. Kind of wish I'd done it on white now, but it's a really light pink, so it's okay. And that's all I've done. And it's been like this for like 3 years. But now that Will is getting older, I feel like I can actually spend more time on it. And this is in a Terry Lee Crafts bag, who, I will say again, no longer makes bags. Right, this is my Lynette Fantasy Elf Fairy. This one definitely needs some more stitches. This is, what's it call it? It is see-through. Oh my God, is it see-through? But it's kit. It was all kit. So that tiny, tiny, tiny start that I somehow think it goes like this, Belinda, on the side, needs 1,000 stitches. Nope. Belinda needs to work out which way it goes, so that's definitely needing 1,000 stitches. And it's in my StitchNButton bag. In another StitchNButton bag is the Embroideress, which I'm pretty sure is going to need 1,000 stitches. I started this with a friend, Harriet, for her birthday. And this is stitched on a colour Cascades fabric. It's actually got a reasonable start, but I think we can do better. Yeah, Linda's gonna have to go in front. Linda's talking herself in the third person. I'm sure that's not half annoying. Go and find where her other whips are. All right, have I stitched on this? Don't think so. And a forest screw. So, love this. This is stitched on a 36 count fabric, like a minty green, huge fabric, and that's all I've done. This is going to be like my longest video yet. Better make sure I put all the things in the right area. This is Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. I love this. It's very old-fashioned-y. I don't know why I love it, but I do. And this is done on like old map or something from Colour Cascades. And I've only done this little corner, but I do really love it. I think this needs to be worked on. I think this and a forest screw need some more stitches because they are massive. And I'm definitely missing a couple of whips, so we will go and find them. And Vintage Birds. That one with inspiration was, I think, an Emily C bag. This is a StitchNButton. Vintage Birds by Jeanette Douglas. When I finish the Scarlet House, this one will become a focus for a finish. Started for Megan, Stitching May's birthday, and that's what I've done. Now the bee is done in a different colour because that's mine, initials, my husband's, and the kids picked their favourite one. We all picked our favourite specialty thread. Obviously haven't done Sophie and William's. This is on 36 count something. I'm really good at that, sorry. in the cord called hand dyed, and I want to do more on that one. And this one needs more. This is another melody bag. And this is Alluring Sorceress by Dimensions. And this is done on Ada. And this definitely needs more stitching. 18 count Ada or 16 count Ada because black. So that also needs to go in the pile of needing 1,000 stitches. Now I'm definitely missing like 4 whips plus my full coverage, so we might go and see where they are. I will be back again. All right, take 1 million. Found some extras plus my full coverage. So this is the one that I think I really need to focus for a finish with my Joan Elliott, is Lady Rose. This is in Kay, and she also did this one. I can't think of her YouTube at the minute, Flosstuber. She does a lot of knitting at the minute, beautiful shawls. It was Kay's Crafts, but I can't think, I'll link. She made these beautiful bags. This is Picture This Plus Sprite, and I'm half done. I've only got the top to go. So I think very easily we could get this done. Did not work on it this year. What a surprise. But needs to go in the pile to be finished. Right. In this Stitch and Button bag, we have Queen Mariposa. This is it's called Confetti, and it's by someone, and I can't remember who, but yeah, this needs a bit more working on as well for 1,000 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Just 18 of them. Okay, what else have we got? This is another one that I would like to focus on for a finish. Won't finish next year, but focusing on it to get to a finish so I can start some more is Long Dog Sampler and Zach. And I have worked on it quite a bit this year. I'm only doing it, it's on Legacy by these people. Leave that out. And I'm stitching it with black thread 310. And the reasoning is that because it's New Zealand and Australia, the black is to represent the New Zealand Maori traditional tattoos, and the brown is to represent Australia. So, and that's what I've done. I've done a page and a bit this year. Love it. And I want to, my goal would be, where am I? There, Possum's Butt. To get that page and maybe another one like to the end, and then start down again and get another page done next year. And then hopefully when I start whittling down, I can spend more and more time on it. This is another one. This is a bag that was gifted to me by Stitching May. The Exploding TARDIS. This is another Long Dog sampler, and it's called Spangle. And I'm pretty sure I worked on this year. Yeah, it's a ratty copy. This is stitched on 36 count. I think it was Bittersweet. Yeah, I think I worked on this year. And this is another one that I would like to continually working on. Whereabouts are we? Let's have a look. We are, so I think I'm possibly a page, 2 pages more. What do you reckon? The top bit done by the end of next year? At least? Possible. Probably not, but we're gonna go with it. Love it. I would like this to be hanging up in our home. So that would be a goal. Also needs to kind of go in these piles. Right, full coverage. This one I worked on. It is Golden Flinch and Blossoms by Charting Creations. I did 1,000 stitches. 25 count Lugana. I need to try and focus on my full coverages. I don't think I did, bar that one, I didn't do any this year. All my full coverages I kept in a melody bag. And these are not my full coverage. Well, shit. I'm gonna have to go looking for where my full coverages are. Right, so in my full coverages, I've got that one. I've got one that Sammy gifted me, Sammy J Stitches. It's a butterfly one, like Hope or Dreams. Outback Storm by Heaven and Earth, charted by Jeff Pritchard. And Artisy, one of Elephant, a mother elephant and the baby elephant in an African scene. So I'll put pictures here because I haven't worked on them so that you get a rough idea. What is in here is the hardanger that my mum has made me. So I won't show them all, but just to show what's in here, I wanted to keep them safe, which is, I now remember why I put them in this bag, because it would keep them safe. But I don't have them out because I have kids and they spill things and I don't want them to be spilt. Yes, I will refold that nicely. Here's another one. I just don't use them because I have kids and they're beautiful and I would like to pass them on. So it's just full of stuff that my mum has made. And now I've got to go looking for my full coverage ones, but I was in somewhere in here you would have seen, or are seeing now, my full coverage and roughly what they look like, or at least a full coverage picture. Now for my finishes this year, because I went and got them in my stock, I finished Summer Queen on 32 count Belfast, Picture This Plus, I can't remember what the fabric was called, Confetti. So happy. And my other finish this year was Blackbird Designs Strawberry Fields by Colour Cascades, 32 count. I think this is old map style or something like that. All right, well that was an interesting finish, considering I've officially not lost, moved and put in a very safe spot my full coverages, which I have seen at least once. And now I've got to go looking for them. So I'm going to edit this, add what I can, and go from there. I just realised that I might not have photos of my before. We'll see what we've got. Yeah, sorry about it being mishy and mashy and the stopping and starting and all the extra bits and pieces. It really was I actually got time to do it, so let's get it done. And it was good. Hopefully this motivates me to get back into stitching as well. I kind of got maybe a bit of a plan for next year of what I want to do, where I want to go, what to get finished, and we'll go from there. All right, thank you everyone for watching, subscribing me, putting up with my randomness this year. You guys have been awesome. I hope you guys are coming, so I probably won't post again until after Christmas. I doubt it somehow. So have a great Christmas and a happy new year. And this is probably what will be roughly my time for Wip Parades from now on, because we're harvesting and it's just easier, because it's easier to fit in than towards the 1st of January. That's it. Thank you so much. Have a great time, guys. Happy stitching.